What's up, everybody? Philly Soccer Cage postgame show. I'm Mike Cervito here with Greg Orlandini tonight. Philadelphia Union with a big comeback win, 3-2 over New York Red Bulls. Ilsinho super sub in the second half with 2 goals and an assist. Roof almost came off the place. What a game!
If there's a better specialist or better super sub in MLS, I don't know who it is. I
Yeah.
mean, he changed the game from the moment he stepped onto the pitch, created, created a goal, got a goal for himself, just caused havoc for the Red Bull defense. He did everything he needed him to do. He came in, changed the game, helped power this team to a win.
Big win last week in Minnesota. This one is perhaps even bigger after going down 2-0. The Union goes into a little bit of a break, although the U.S. Open Cup starts up again this week on a high note.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the Eastern Conference, leading in points per game, points, goals for, goals against, goal differential.
Differential.
Where does it go from here?
You just kind of have to maintain it at this point. I think, you've pushed yourself, teams push themselves to this point, got them to have a little bit of breathing room between them and Montreal.
Montreal, it's amazing.
Between them and Montreal now, you have to maintain it. I think that takes, it takes a lot of work from the coaching staff. I think that takes work from the individual player just to keep that edge going. That you don't want to get complacent because you sit there, you're number one, and you're top in the East at this point. You don't win the championship in June if you're the top. You win, but you can build a lot off of what they're doing right now. So I think it's just figuring out a way to keep your edge.
Tough first half. Union didn't play poorly. Red Bulls took the 2 chances that they got. The second Red Bulls goal, I think Jack Elliott, Austin Trusty, and Andre Blake are not going to want to watch back too many times.
Yeah, that was a team effort on that second goal. It was tough. You don't usually see that. It's usually very good communication generally between the defense and Blake. But
yeah, so poor atmosphere really comes alive when Ilsinho enters the match. Gets a little louder as Union go back 2-1. Place goes nuts at 2-2, and then I think this has been the best atmosphere that we've seen at Talon this season. Probably 250 Red Bulls fans here, so it always makes
absolutely. It's always great when the traveling fans are here. Kind of it pushes the Sons of Man and pushes the other fans. The atmosphere was amazing, and let's go back and talk about that first half a little bit because they did just about everything right.
Yeah,
except scoring. And I don't know what it is. I was thinking about. I don't know what it is in the final third. I don't know if it's a mentality thing. It's a technique thing. I don't think Casper right now is a guy that's playing with a lot of confidence. You saw him kind of – there was like that late in the kind of middle of the second half, there was like a little give and go between him and Bedoya, and Bedoya kind of was urging him, you have the ball now, go forward, and he kept kind of knocking it back to Bedoya, and they ended up losing possession. And that doesn't look like a guy that has a lot of confidence right now, and that's an issue. All of a sudden, they're pretty thin at forward. I mean, Fafa's back off his knock. You don't know when Corey Burke's coming back. They're saying 3 months in that range. You moved on from David Accam, things like that. You think there's a signing in the offing or some kind of move? It looks like they're set up to do that, but it doesn't help you in the here and now.
No, it doesn't. And it definitely seems like the team is struggling to break people down with Ilsinho not on the field. Let's talk a little bit about that more. Brendan Aronson was the one that gave way for Ilsinho on, I think it's 52 minutes or so. What did you think of Brendan's performance tonight?
I think he doesn't shy away from the physical, which I think is great because he's getting out there, he's getting lumps kicked out.
Yes, but he's not got any call.
But he gets up and he keeps kind of going in there. I think he has quality. He's a very technical player. You can see that. I think we talked about it in the podcast this week. He has all that. He doesn't have kind of that guile yet, that experience yet. And this goes back to kind of the elephant in the room. You'll have Marco Fabian on the roster. And, it's great that Ilsinho can come in and do what he does in 30, 40 minutes or whatever kind of span you use him for. But Fabian's the guy that we're hoping to be that guy that could do it for you for 70, 80, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're just missing that. And I'm not knocking Aronson at all. I think he's a fine player. I think of all the younger guys they have kind of in the extended roster, he might have the highest ceiling of the offensive players. But you're pinning everything on an 18-year-old kid, and that's kind of a problem when you thought you were going to have Marco Fabian. So that they have to sort out what his fitness is and figure out kind of where you're going to go. And I don't want to sit here and be negative on a night like this, because this was an amazing win.
Yeah.
And this was a great night. And this was such a great showcase for this team, because it was the atmosphere at the stadium was great. The fun that you can have at the stadium was there, and just the energy that this team and this first place team, all that was there on display.
I think that's one of the huge stories of tonight is kind of a lackluster homestand against Portland, Seattle, and Colorado. Big win last week against Minnesota. Sold out stadium tonight against your geographic rival in Red Bulls. Down 2-0 at halftime. It felt like one of those Union situations where they're letting the fans slip away with a chance to really grab them, and they come back and get a huge result.
Yeah, and Coach talked about it a little bit, like those here we go again moments, but they're trying to wash that away.
Yeah,
and they're doing a really good job.
Yeah, I mean, results like that go a long way.
Results like that will, and like I said, it's crazy talking about this team's been here 10 years, that they need to keep showcasing themselves, but they do, and they are, and they have to kind of show what they can do, and they're in first place on merit. I mean, are they as good as LAFC? I don't know. I think
nobody in the league is as good as LAFC. Union is the only team within touching distance.
Yeah, LAFC's their own class, but you won't worry about that right now.
Yeah.
They're top of the East. They're playing the best soccer they played in 6-7 seasons.
And I think, thankfully for the grounds crew at the at Talon Energy Stadium, there's not a game here for a couple of weeks. Field looked terrible. You saw Ali Bedoya go down with a little bit of a knee injury that he confirmed just now that it was field related. He said Casper had a little bit of a problem in the first half with the field. Yeah. It looks terrible.
I mean,
I don't know another way to say it.
One of the things we love about Ali, not only is he a fine player and a great captain, but he'll tell you what's on his mind.
Blatantly honest.
And we'll just come out with it.
Yes.
And he said, pretty much unprompted, that the field's terrible. Field's in terrible shape.
Yeah.
And it really is. And, we've both been on the field, not to play, but we've both stood on the field, been pretty close to it. And for years, and it's been one of the best pitches you'll see.
Agreed.
We've seen it after snowstorms where the grounds crew works hard and gets it into playing condition and looks great. I don't know what happened. I don't know. They got to resurface, and something went wrong.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen this pitch in this condition. There are just yellow spots and divots and sand. And
there was six guys from the ground crew out at halftime replacing divots.
And there was just, I remember, it sticks out so much in my mind. About 3-4 games ago, Kai Wagner came in for a slide and just cut a divot.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5 foot long in the pitch. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And you want to be, it goes back to, you want to be, a top franchise. You want to be a top franchise in your league and seen to be one of the better, the better teams. You want to be, part of the Philadelphia sports scene. These are the things you really need to get a lockdown on.
Well, not a game here for a couple of weeks. They moved some Bethlehem Steel games. They canceled the camp out for tonight. So hopefully it's looking a little bit better when we're back here in July.
Got the work cut out for them.
Yeah. But an enjoyable night here in Chester. We'll see you back here in July.